besides playing there, you have various activities where the crew actually gets involved with you in multiple activities and play games around with you. Yes.
Kids. There are lots of young parents listening out there who want to know what is in it there for kids. Take me through that.
Okay, kids, various segments. Let's classify them into two different age groups per se. One is the toddlers. Now, for toddlers, besides you have a childcare center. Now, which we call it the Little Pandas Club. Now, in there, if parents would want to leave the young children there, the crew would take care of them, played various games along with them. So these things are possible for the young ones. There's an artificial intelligence, or we call it the escape lab. So there's virtual games which are available. Now, what's also interesting is while cruising, well, we've spoken about a lot of fun which comes along with cruising. There's a little bit of educational elements also which we can tag along for kids. Now, imagine the kids learn a lot in the science. A cruise ship is an application of Archimedes' principle. Yeah, so
That's interesting.
so it's interesting how a ship of 150,000 ton can float. Now we have talk shows happening around it as to how this whole thing is applied. Kids have learned about things about radars. I can actually show them how things look like on a radar, and taking them to the captain's bridge in smaller batches, because being confined areas we can take them into small. That's again pretty interesting. The Genting Dream, she's made around. She's a concept-based ship. So if we say it's a story of and a mermaid falling in love. So that's where the ship is made about. Now, to do that, while we have a retired NASA astronaut who actually comes on board the ship and he talks about his life in space. That's very interesting for a child to learn about or to hear about.
Brilliant.
We've spoken about the mermaid. We have a tie-up with the mermaid cat. A mermaid cat is actually she's from the U.S. and she actually is on board, and she teaches kids how to swim like a mermaid. Now you can imagine of a small little girl who's probably fantasized or only dreamt of her dreams can actually come on board while she's cruising with us. So all these things coupled up together with all the entertainment, yes. Kids, loads and loads of activities, yes.
Marriages, and when I'm saying marriages, it's not just the parties, but even the traditional, rites that one does, irrespective of what faith or
Absolutely.
religion you follow.
Absolutely. So yes, irrespective of the faith or the religion that you said, for typically Indian Hindu weddings, fire plays a very critical role. Now I'm not too sure if you know that fire, anything and everything on the ship is done, which doesn't take care of fire per se. Okay, even your food, for that matter, is not cooked on fire because it's cooked on hot plates. And so besides that, but yes, we understand and recognize that the Indian fire ceremony is a very important role. So we have permissions to do the wedding ceremony under strict supervision of our safety managers, where we allow the fire ceremony to come on just for a couple of minutes till the time the fairas are done. And yes, yeah, so Indian weddings are possible. The food can be adapted because Indian weddings food plays a very critical role. So yes, ceremonies, food, everything, all the traditions can be taken care of.
Lovely. Naresh, has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for rolling by.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rishi.
And all of you listen, you know your destination is Dream Cruises. I'm going to leave this hour with Troy Sivan and my